meters, 100,000 rands, the stake money. And I think they're just about all ready now for the 1981 Metropolitan Handicap. They seem to be all in. In the background now would appear that is Tammany Hall, and he's the fella who's delaying the start at the moment. Tammany Hall. Only Tammany Hall, and he has been a bit of a difficult customer. Remember when we had him up in the Transvaal, he refused to go in. Calculated that he'd be quite good. All these horses have A-grade passes, but right now he doesn't get an A-grade for what he's doing. That's very sad, because we have 19 horses waiting, and every guy, the adrenaline absolutely pumping, waiting for this big moment, the Cape's biggest race, the 100,000 rands meet. And even I'm starting to shake. You just won't know. Heavens, and when they get it into their noggins that they won't go in, they certainly don't go in. Barrier position, left-hand course for the Transvaalers, who are used to everything right hand. Good barrier positions, one on the inside. I'm told that Lagan is a good thing. Mace Roberts has put the word out that he can't possibly get beat. That is the terminology that we use, not quite English, but that's the sort of talk that you get on race courses. I spoke to Raymond, he gave me a big wink, which is something unusual for him. And he thinks he's got a good chance. Bertie Hayden, they say that the blinkers on Furious is going to make all the difference. He's going to be right up there today. He won't come from far back. Needless to say, Garth Puller, confident on Over the Air, who on the terms that they're racing today should really be something of a certainty. And still Tammany Hall playing around in the background. See the other horses waiting quite patiently for Tammany Hall to go in, and Tammany Hall is drawn towards the outside. Now they're hooding him, but really, if my experience is anything to go by, this fellow won't go in anywhere today. He's not going to go in. He really is being very, very stubborn. Even the punters are starting to get the mutters. As the other 19 runners, I think the start has just indicated, leave him alone. I think that's the sign that I got. There he goes. I think he'll get this one chance. You can see that with that sock in the background, that there's a bit of a breeze from behind, but there's that same breeze down the straight, which is about 600 meters today. Now he's dismounted. He's just standing in the stalls now, going to try and lead Tammany Hall in without him. Shame. No, I don't think there's any chance of him going in. What a pity. They're going without him, and away they go to the 1981 Met, and it was a good break there for everyone. On the rail side is Quarry Town. On the outside is Supreme Charger now, who takes over with Monocle on his outside. On the inside, Guildford pretty well placed. Quarry Town is racing for a position. They are being followed on the outside by Furious. Behind him is Big Charles trying to get into his head as well, but now they move through towards the 1,200-meter mark. It must be 1,400-meter mark. It's Ice Clipper and Monocle. These two are dicing it, with Lagan fighting his head for third place. On the inside of those two is Quarry Town. Now right up there as well is Ballet King, very handily placed, on his outside is the Skipper. They are then being followed by Supreme Charger, who lost his position after that. Then follows Queen's Elect. Behind those two is Statesman. Furious is on his outside. They are followed by Big Charles, who lost his position. Cracker Lily is next best. Then follows Night Ruler. He is being followed on the outside by One Obscured. Over the Air is third last at this stage. And just on his outside is one that's obscured. It must be Lawn. They start moving to the junction, of course. There's 1,000 meters to go. And it is still Ice Clipper, the leader there from Monocle in second place. Lagan is riding third. Then follows Ballet King. They are followed by Quarry Town, beautifully placed in fifth position. One Obscured on his outside. Then Sunshine Man, Cracker Lily is behind that. And the others have got a lot of work to do, and I see over there still third last as they move into the final turn. About 700 meters to go, and now it's the Skipper who joins Ice Clipper in front there with Lagan in third place. Then follows Quarry Town. and moving it up in his outside is Cracker, Lily and Sunshine Man. Just behind that, 600 metres to go in the Metropolitan handicap, and it's Quarry Town in the blue on the inside with Lagan on his outside. These two are leaving the skipper behind. On the inside of those two, moving up is Supreme Chargers, bringing a great run, and over the years also running on very strongly in the finish. 400 metres to go now. It's Quarry Town, the new leader in the Metropolitan. He's being chased by Lagan on the outside. Statesman putting in a great run. Sunshine Man is after him. Ice Clippers there. Ballet King on the grandstand side. They've got 200 to go, and it is still Quarry Town, but Sunshine Man finishing like a great horse on the outside. It is well, and it is still Quarry Town. Sunshine Man on the outside. It is Queen's Elect with a fantastic finish. That's Queen's Elect, and Queen's Elect has won the Met. He's beaten Sunshine Man. Quarry Town behind it as a racist, and over the end must have finished about 6-7 behind that. Was furious. They were followed by Supreme Charger, and Monocle was last. But there's no doubt about it that Queen's Elect has come from the blue, never a mention, flew at the finish, and he won that race before Donna Siegenberg.
Well, that was a victory for the Cape. Queen's Elect number 19, trained by Les Corkett and ridden in magnificent style by Dana Siegenberg. There it is all over again. What an incredible finish. 4 horses, you can throw a blanket over them, and watch number 19, Queen's Elect, come right through under pressure from Siegenberg. And now suddenly he senses triumph as they come to the finishing post. A splendid drive towards the end, starting at 16-1. And look at the way Siegenberg flings his arms up into the air to confirm triumph in this race. Siegenberg, who has already won a Met on Gold Flame several years ago. Siegenberg triumphs again, but so, of course, does Les Corkett and Mrs. Mary Zoccola, the proud owner of Queen's Elect. What a finish that was. One couldn't ask for it much closer than that, into the teeth of a southeasterly gale and a bitterly cold afternoon. And here you see the horse as perky as ever, bred by G.C. Gerd Esquire, and looking as though he's simply been on a casual afternoon sprint across Rondebosch Common, if he were allowed there.
Well, I think that in comment that Raymond Rhodes probably rode a perfect race. He had Quarry Town lying fifth, if you remember. He shot through when the skipper took the lead. He grabbed that very valuable, he had a very valuable break on them, and it looked like he had timed that run to perfection. But I'd spoken to Mr. and Mrs. Tenderini early on, and they'd said that they had their doubts whether he'd see it out. Well, he certainly didn't see it out. No one would have thought that Queen's Elect, by royal prerogative, out of Ondine would be anything of a stay, but he certainly stayed on. The race developed, would appear, into something of a sprint down the straight, and even Sunshine Man was right in there. Lagan, he was right up there. Yes, let's have a look at that slow-mo again. That would be, we can get a look at how those other runners did. Over the air, you remember, was third last. I remember seeing him running up to a point, and then he too ran out of gas. And
Sunshine Man, of course, an incredible horse, won last year, and back again, challenging tremendously in the closing stages with Cape jockey Felix Coetzee in the saddle. Quarry Town coming so close to doing it for the Transvaal too, so prominent as they hit the straight, still holding it at about 400 meters, and Quarry Town just not finding quite enough for Herb Azzi and his jockey Raymond Rhodes to make it for the first time in so many years a triumph for a visiting horse from the Transvaal. It's all the Cape on Cape's really big afternoon of the year, and into the winner's enclosure, into the winning box, comes Dana Siegenberg on Queen's Elect, surrounded by grateful fans. Waiting for confirmation from the photo camera of positions 2nd, 3rd and 4th. 65,000 to the winning horse number 19, 19,000 to the second horse number 3, Sunshine Man. 3rd is Quarry Town, and 4th number 7, Horatius.
They both